Good morning, adventurers. My name is Ben, and welcome to a show that I do not have a segment name for yet because it's not a Good Morning Adventures episode, really. So by the end of this, if you have ideas for show names, let me know in the comments because I am very much interested in hearing them because I feel like this will happen more often than I was originally planning on it happening. Um, so we're diving straight in today. Obviously, this is not a normal morning show setup thing here. I do have some tea. It's a good green tea in my Dead People tea mug, but that's not the point of what I'm doing here. I want to keep this really short because it is one of those things where I just feel like it needs to get up and get out there. If you missed it, Friday, October 8th, sometime in the morning, after I had recorded and posted my video, they Wizards released a Unearthed Arcana for Travelers of the Multiverse. It is the most recent Unearthed Arcana. You can find it on their website. I will put the link to that Unearthed Arcana in the description of this video. But it gives us 6 new playable races in their general multiverse sort of theme that they're heading towards, and I want to run through them super quick for you guys here. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible because this is not intended to be a long show. This is supposed to be a really like fast information dump on you guys. So the 6 different races are the Astral Elf, the Auto Gnome, the Gif, the Hadizee, the Plasmoid, and the Thrycreen. An Astral Elf is an elf from the astral plane, shocker, who is likely to be thousands of years old, apparently. Let's see. Astral Elf traits. You're humanoid, you're medium, walking speed is 30 feet. You know dancing lights, light, or sacred flame. Your choice of one of those. And you get to pick your spellcasting ability modifier for that. You have 60 feet of dark vision. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and darkness as if it were dim light, which I think is normal. The wording on that seems funky to me, but that's not the point. You have your Fey Ancestry trait, Keen Senses. Those are both normal elf things. Radiant Soul. When you succeed on a death save, you can regain a number of hit points equal to your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma modifier, your choice when you select the race. You can use that trait once per long rest. That's pretty good. Trance, obviously, and trance properties, or trance proficiencies. When you finish a long rest using your trance trait, you gain 2 proficiencies, each one with a weapon or tool of your choice. You mystically acquire those by drawing from the collective elven memory. So that is pretty cool. That has a lot of really cool elven sort of mysticism stuff to it. Next up is the Auto Gnome. You are a construct. You are small, and your base speed is 30 feet, which is great. Usually small creatures don't have 30 feet walking speeds. You have an armored casing, so you're encased in thin metal. While you aren't wearing armor, your AC is 13 plus your dexterity modifier. Built for success, you can add a d4 to one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you make, and you do so after seeing the d20, but before the effects of the roll are resolved. You can use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your mechanical nature makes you resistant to poison damage and you have immunity to disease. And you have advantage on saving throws against being paralyzed or poisoned. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. Sentry's Rest, same as Warforged. You take a 6-hour motionless state where you're not unconscious, but you don't really move. Specialized Design, you gain 2 tool proficiencies of your choice. And True Life, if the Mending spell is cast on you, you can expend a hit die, roll it, and regain a number of hit points equal to that roll, plus your Constitution modifier. And you can be healed by the spells Cure Wounds, Healing Words, and Spare the Dying, which is good and a little bit different. Gif are large hippo people. You're a humanoid, you're medium, your walking speed is 30 feet, and you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Damage dealer, like a hippopotamus in a crystalware shop, you're naturally adept at damaging things. When you roll a 1 on a damage die for a melee attack, you can re-roll that die and use the new roll. You can do so no more than once per turn. That's pretty good, honestly. And Hippo build, same thing as powerful build. You have advantage on strength-based ability checks and saving throws. In addition, you count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and weight when you push, drag, or lift. I actually don't know if powerful build off the top of my head has strength-based ability checks and saving throws, but it's a pretty good trait to have all around. A Hadizee are like this is going to sound awful. They are skin monkeys, essentially. They're like these simian creatures with like flaps of skin. You're a humanoid. You're medium or small. You can pick. Your walking speed is 30 feet, and you have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. You can take the use object action as a bonus action on your turn with your dexterous feet feature, and you have the glide feature, which, if you're not incapacitated or wearing heavy armor, you can extend your skin membranes and glide. When you do so, you can perform the following aerial maneuvers. When you fall, you can move up to 5 feet horizontally for every 1 foot you descend. And when you would take damage from a fall, you can use your reaction to reduce the fall's damage to 0. You can leap off of a mountain, glide way out so you will miss the grade of it going down, and drop, and then use your reaction to just negate all the fall damage. That's pretty cool. Next up are plasmoids. This is your like. This is how you can play as Osmosis Jones. Essentially, you're a goo. Your creature type is ooze. There you go. You're a goo. You're medium or small. You choose when you gain that race. Your walking speed is 30 feet. You have the amorphous feature, which all oozes do. You can squeeze through a space up to 1 inch wide, assuming you aren't wearing or carrying anything. You have dark vision out to 60 feet. You can hold your breath for an hour. You have natural resilience, you have resistance to acid and poison damage, and you have advantage on poison saving throws against being poisoned. And you have the shape self feature. If you're not incapacitated, you can reshape your body to give yourself a head, 1 or 2 arms, 1 or 2 legs, and makeshift hands or feet, or you can revert to a limbless blob. No action required. As a bonus action, you can extrude a pseudopod that is up to 6 inches wide and 10 feet long, or reabsorb it into your body. You can use the pseudopod to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour out the contents of a container. The pseudopod can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds. So you're a ghoul man, essentially. And the Thri-Kreen, well, I don't know which one it is. They are 6-legged insects. You are a monstrosity. You are medium or small. You choose when you select that race. Walking speed is 30 feet. You have the chameleon carapace. Again, armor class 13 plus dex mod. In addition, you can change the color of your carapace to match the color and texture of your surroundings, giving you advantage on stealth checks made to hide in those surroundings. 60 feet of dark vision. Your secondary arms, because you have 6 total limbs, operate like your primary arms, but a little bit different. You can use the secondary arm to wield a weapon that has the light property, but you can't use a secondary arm to wield other kinds of weapons. You can't wield a shield as with your secondary arm. Sleepless revitalization. You don't require sleep and can choose to remain conscious during a long rest. Then you must remain still and refrain from strenuous activity during that period. And here's the kicker for this one. You have telepathy out to 120 feet with any willing creature within range of you. Once you leave that range, obviously it breaks, but it is any number of willing creatures within range. That is your quick rundown of all of those races. If you are excited about those, go ahead and check them out. Again, the link to the Unearthed Arcana, there we go, page is in the description of this video. I think that's everything I have to talk to you guys about. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to me talk really, really fast about all of these things. Again, if you have ideas for what I should actually call this random segment that crops up every once in a while, because it's a topic that I feel deserves its own actual segment, but not so much that I think I'm going to do a full episode on it, let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep on rolling.